my Twitter. Let's see. So you can, however you want, we can stay in the party if you want, or whatever, man. Let's see. Yeah, it should be live soonish. I should go find the waterfall one. That would probably, it's an awesome course. Let's see, it's like a custom one. Yeah. Alright, I see you. Alright, so you know, play this cool ass course that we played in one of the GAF tournaments. So like when you set it up, you can set up like different tees, play from that or whatever, and different pin selection, and then usually tournaments it like rotates automatically, like 1 through 4 pins each round. So pretty neat. It depends on like how frequently the dude puts it up. Like they usually last like 3 or 4 days, I think, and then usually he's got like another one up like after the one ends. But like he didn't put one up today. The other one ended last night, I think. I came in 5th out of 20 people, 6th out of 20 people. There's like these one dude that just destroys us every time. He's a beast. I think it pays like, yeah, most of the positions. You get usually like more than you put in, it seems.
Okay, first hole, let's start off on a high note.
I think so, yeah. I haven't like, I think I got like a bonus like when I bought the game, like the pre-order or the new thing came with some money, so I don't know. But yeah, I haven't, there's not much to spend it on, unless, I don't know if you have to buy stuff if you want to like design courses, but I just buy like new gear for my guy every once in a while, and I still have like a shit ton of money. I actually like donated some to the GAF club today so that they can get like a better clubhouse so it doesn't look as ghetto as it does. Alright, so yeah, there's no like super accurate like determining thing on like where you're shooting. It's just that kind of like vague circle, so gotta take wind into account, and then every shot pretty much gotta hit circle, and you get like approximate distances, so you can kind of figure out like where your ball is going to land near, so you can kind of choose direction. So I see like 250, and then plus is uphill, which means I probably won't land. So my driver goes 240, so I just have to watch out for that first sand trap on the right. So And we got a little wind. Then I see like it's kind of slanted and shit too, so we'll run with that. And then it's getting the swing, and it's just like
Looking good.
down up, but you gotta finish up straight, kind of like, I don't know, other games like Madden Kick Meter did it for like a while. Like once you get the rhythm of it.
And
Yeah, that works good. Then there's some shots where you want to like do partial shots, but like most of the time, unless I'm like really short, I'm doing pretty much full power. And then there's like, it registers like how fast you come back and how fast you like downswing too. So if you like kind of go up slow and then finish slow, it affects your shot. So you got to kind of get that right stroke of like up and down, or else it'll like affect your. Damn, that's look at that sand trap right off the side. All right, so we got to go a little bit of a shorter club. 131. Yeah, I'd rather go. It's like half and half. Like usually they give you like about like an approximate distance, especially with like when you're doing short shots. A lot of times you have to adjust down or up depending on like the wind. Not more than like a club though. And then there's different kind of shots you can do too with square. So I have it set to normal up in the right corner. You can do like a chip shot, which obviously you wouldn't do this far out. Punch shot if you want to hit it low under trees. Pitch if you want it to land and not really drop anywhere. And there's different clubs that have different kind of swings. Some of like the wedges have flop shot, which is good. They show you all this in like the tutorial too. The flop shot kind of goes up even further and usually like back spins after it lands, but you kind of have to adjust and find something that works with distance a lot of times, especially when you're in close, because it's like that's when you get into like needing to do the half swings and everything. Alright, so down 14 feet means it's a little closer than 140, so gotta do a little math too sometimes. So that's about 4 yards, so it's like 136-ish, so I'm 130, which should be good. And then this, anytime after your driver, you always want to hit L2 to see the lie of where you're at, because if it's like severe a little bit like this is, you kind of have to counter steer already just to take account for that, or else this thing's just going to go far left. So I'm going to counter steer there, and then I'm going to look at the wind and take that into account. So it's going there. I gotta go a little further, and we're going to run with that, so we'll see where that goes. I think I went even further left. Oh, that's shit. Not good at all. Alright. Out there with Dave Hasselhoff. Alright, so now it's the fun. Alright, so we got 21 yards to go. Usually, like, so there's your like percentages up there. If you hit it good, you usually get really close to the top thing. So like 30 is probably gonna land me over top into the sand, I would guess. So I gotta go less. So it already defaulted me to a flop shot, which is a pretty good choice. There's a little bit of a shorter flop shot there. It's gonna be tough. And then also you have like this, if you hold L2, you can over on the right side you can adjust the loft up and down a little more, or you can hit like fades or draws to the side. If you want to get real tricky, putting up the loft a little bit sometimes takes like a few yards off the shot. It's kind of dangerous to do in the sand. I'm gonna do it once. Actually, see the flop, I think this is gonna go over from my experience. I've been getting a little better chipping recently, and I know that the 12-yard chip usually runs about 20 yards. So if I hit it right, it might end up rolling right to the hole. So I always do a practice to see how far back the swing goes. And then chip, you gotta make sure that you finish it fast. Roll. Nah, that's not gonna get there. Oh, that's just picking up. Alright, stop. That works. I can work with that.
4 feet, let's do this.
Alright, and then putting. So I was telling people in the thread yesterday about something that somebody brought up is that obviously you can adjust the putter left and right to account for the break, but another important thing is to adjust it up and down. So you have that kind of like one distance that's higher up near the trees. That's like the true distance that they're giving you for how far it is. But when I'm adjusting, I'm moving it kind of further out. Especially if there's like big incline changes, that'll give you a more accurate description of how many inches it is up or down, because once it gets over a foot it just says like 1 foot or 2 feet. So it's good to kind of adjust here, and whatever place you put this at, if you come kind of close on your power, it'll auto adjust for you. So you always want to kind of put this to like what distance do you actually want to hit. So it's 4 feet, it's down an inch, so I only really want to hit 3 feet. And then the rest is just touch. So it's figuring out the read of the greens. So we're not going that far. I think that's good. And then it's pretty much, putting's one of the hardest things to get used to. So I pretty much it's like a feel thing and how far it goes back, but I've kind of got pretty consistent at figuring out like what's 5 feet, what's 10 feet, and what's 20 feet. And like it'll usually auto-correct kind of close to that. So I know like that's about 5. Whew.
Solid par.
So if you can kind of,
And after the first
yeah,
hole,
and the putter gets really weird because the putter is like max is like 140 feet or something, and it doesn't, like, some of the clubs scale like pretty accurately. Like if you put on, like, if you want to do like a pitch shot for 45 yards, like you can gauge like what's half of this, and you can hit like a 22-yard pitch pretty, once you kind of get the rhythm of it. Sometimes I'll like count out loud. I'll be like 1 2 3 and figure out, or 1 2 3 4, and then I'll like release at a certain point. So you can kind of do that to gauge like partial swings. But the putter is like 174 feet. Like I've tried accurately gauging it with numbers, and it seems to scale really weird once you get past like 50 feet or so. So it's like really hard to be accurate. But that's kind of like my way. Like I'll count numbers sometimes, like if I really need to do a partial swing. Alright, so I did this hole before. I was kind of freaked out about this hole before, and I thought maybe I needed to punch this through or it would hit the trees, but it's actually good. Alright, so we got a little bit of wind. That's what I did. Actually, this one is actually weird too. Like, yeah, I've learned the hard way. You have to shoot this out far to the left, or else you're obstructed by the trees. Alright, so we're gonna go with this, and hopefully... Alright, pretty solid swing.
nice. Should be in the fairway.
Yeah, I think I'll clear those trees on the right, pretty much. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this is a weird one. Oh, fuck. Yeah, not good. Alright, it's par 5. I think I can shoot out here. Yeah, it's just straight downhill. Yeah, see, it gave me 2 wood or 3 wood. Check my lie. Yep, they're all free. So it's like in this like infinite courses, because like they ported over all the ones that were made in the original golf club game, so they're all playable. There's only like, I don't know, it looked like about 15 that came with the game that are like official ones, I think. Stay out of the sand, bitch. I hate you. But like the sand is like not as big of a threat in the game as it probably should be. It's like not a big deal. Alright, so gotta go 37 yards, 30-yard flop is not going to get me there at all. 40-yard flop is probably good. But there's some other options. Like I can pitch 45. Alright, it seems like 40-yard flop is probably the jam here. So this is where the game is kind of fucked up. Like you can't see sometimes. So alright, so the lie seems okay. It's not really moving much, and we're close enough where you won't have to account for the wind. Now it's just making sure I get a good swing off. lie, took a bit more off.
Decent shot there,
I'll
considering
take it though.
where you're hitting from.
Yeah, 13, alright, 12 feet. Alright, so it's down 2 inches, so I gotta adjust back a little bit. We gotta take a look at how it's moving. Alright, moving pretty quick at the end, and so anytime there's a putt going downhill, like I do my like initial calculation with what I think is pretty good, but then I'm also gonna adjust further out because it seems to break more when you're going downhill and break less when you're going uphill. So and we'll go like another 2 taps out. Alright, and then I'm gonna hit 10 feet, so I'm gonna do my 10 feet stroke. Get the fucking BAM! Looking good on the stream.
Okay.
Alright, so that's kinda, there was a time when
Third hole.
there was no chance I was making that putt. Alright, so check my distance. It's gonna hit in between that 189, that 294. There's nothing to really worry about other than hit this straight. That seems good. Oh, I went off to the right a bit. That actually worked out good though. Damn, I didn't get any power on that.
Nice.
Not like head to head. We just played like the society tournaments where like people kind of are playing at the same time you are, but it's like, you know, you're playing your own thing and you just kind of see their scores update as it goes along. So, and when I played like Hot Shots golf or everybody's golf, it was more or less like, yeah, you were actually seeing them hit. Alright, so this is it. There's no way that I'm making it to the hole. And 184, so I'm just going to intentionally come up short. I don't know, maybe I should blast it. Got a downwind. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just get it close. I don't even care about hitting out of the sand at this point. There's actually like 3 or 4 different sets that have like trade-offs. Like I'm using the beginner ones or whatever that makes sure that your shot is more accurate, but there's ones that give you more distance that trade off, like you have to be very precise with your upswing being straight or else it just goes off to the side. I tried those in one round and couldn't hit straight for shit, so I just went back to the beginner ones. But yeah. Nah, I don't think you have to buy. I mean, you can swap out stuff. Like, I'll show you when we're done. You can go in the golf bag and like swap out. You know, you can only bring a certain amount of clubs or whatnot. So, I've actually swapped some in my bag for different ones than they start you with. Alright. They had you with like, they default you to like a 3-wood and a 5-wood, but I swapped out the 5-wood and have another iron or another hybrid just for better short game stuff because you generally didn't use the 5-wood that much. Alright, so lie is pretty good. The wind is blowing a little bit. 30 yards. Alright, perfect, perfect. Yeah, could have been a little better. But you just gotta get caught in some of these where it's like, do you really want to try some kind of partial swing, or do you just want to get, you know, as close as you can with the distances they give you? Once I get a little better at the game, then, you know, I can probably get closer. So here's where I'm gonna run this up and down and take a look at when it starts to elevate, because that'll tell me like when it's gonna break a little more. So 17 feet up to, I'm gonna set it to 19, I guess. Alright, and then I'll take a look. It's moving pretty slow. So off experience, I think that looks about right. And then because up, I'm just gonna counter a little bit, and I need to hit about a 20-foot swing. Oh,
Oh man.
so my read was off, but that's normal. I'll just tap it in.
Alright, let's check the scorecard here. And that takes you up to even par.
I haven't had much. There's like every once in a while, like when you go to swing,
Bit of a bow
the shit
on
will
that
hit you or
last
whatever.
one, so
But
we can
just
try
for that
again.
reason, like every time I swing, I do a practice swing, and it usually like works out that lag. They just did a patch yesterday actually that was supposed to address a lot of that. So I did notice it like lagged out on one of my swings in one of the previous holes, but I was doing a practice swing, so it didn't matter. It's only actually like bit me once ever. Alright, so here is a tough one. So 201, since it is a long shot, it probably is going to run, but it's going to hit that hill. I don't know if it's going to be enough to run up. We do got the wind behind us. So we're going to adjust a little bit for the wind, push into the left. I'm just going to hammer that and hope it runs up the hill.
Looking good.
Come on. Yeah, looking good. Get. That is supposed to get in the hole. Oh. We will take that. Let's get this bird.
This one's for birdie.
Alright, here we go. So 3 feet down 1 inch. So at this point, it doesn't really matter. It's really short, but that shit is moving quite fast. So these are the easiest ones to fuck up. Ouch.
Alright, we got about a foot to the hole. Let's do this. Great putt in there.
Left a stroke out there. Yeah, sometimes like I don't like to hit it like hard when it's real short distances. I've had a bunch of them like jump over the hole, so yeah, I'd rather like be safe and keep it close, because I've had like many meltdown holes where just everything, the whole round just lost off of. Alright, so I'm looking down there, I see that bunker on the left. We got a hard wind blowing that way too, so I'm going to keep it to the right a bit. And I'll probably blow it back to the middle.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here.
Well, you play the whole round, and then it's like a regular golf tournament, except for there's no cut. Basically, the next round, the pins are basically the location of right here. Like it would be the stick and the hole would be in a different location in the next round, so you're not playing the exact same course. And then usually it's like progressively more difficult pins or whatever. Like it'll be, you know, closer to the edge or closer to whatever hazards. That's kind of how it works. 4, yeah. I mean, you can. That's just, yeah, that's like standard stuff. You can set the tournaments up differently, I think, but that's how we've been playing. I think most of like the online stuff, but you can just play like around. I'm just playing around here, just off of, you know, all offline. And then they have like other different like societies that are open to everyone to join, where it's like, you know, test yourself against the world kind of deal. I joined a couple of those and played like a tournament in there. Alright, so this one, the distance is kind of crazy. You can, yeah, I think you can resume. There's some things you can resume and some that you can't. I think you can pick it up in the middle of most of it, though. I've had, like, disconnections where I was playing, and it, like, I think the game is, like, always online or something, because it'll pick up and, like, ask you if you want to play again if you pick that same course where you left off. So, I think most of the stuff is resumable, but there is, like, a resumable option, like, when you go to pick your course. So I'm not quite sure like exactly how it works. Alright, so this one's weird. We got a little wind blowing back. It looks like I'd be shooting over, plus it's a little closer. And I don't really want to fuck with those bunkers, so I'm gonna play the old, let's put the loft up a couple, and we'll see what happens. Actually, go down. Come on. Blow it back, wind. Alright, that works. Just get up. Yeah, I haven't really mastered like overcompensating for the wind. I've tried a couple of techniques where like I was trying to curve it, like fade or draw it to counter the wind. That was working pretty good, but that takes a little bit of experience knowing kind of how this stuff is working. Alright, so we got a long ass putt. So this one, I don't know, like 20 minutes, half an hour or something like that maybe. It just depends on how fast you play, and like I'm kind of slow playing this a bit, just kind of talk through some stuff, but I can usually kind of blister. I mean, we're in 5th hole. Alright, so this is a long ass one. Let's see. There's different views you can get if you press the left stick in. Alright, it's not really moving much until the end, and it's uphill, so I'm going just a little bit out. 30 is a tough distance. I usually pull back and I wait for like, there's like a little shine that hits the club, and that's like my 30 thing. Oh shit, that's way too hard. Woo, shit. That's 50 actually, or longer. Oh man, that's going way off.
Time to get back on the green.
I don't have my feel. That was bad. Alright. We got rough, got lies, bad. Hopefully it takes enough off of this flop. Stop. Alright. Back restarted, kind of.
10-footer here. I think this can go.
Alright, 10 feet. I got this. It's moving fast. That looks good. Adjust further for the speed. Fuck.
3 feet to the hole here. Alright, let's take a look at the old scorecard here.
I had a physical. I bought it off Best Buy. I got the GCU, so it only costs like 31 or something instead of 39. Yeah, I think it's probably like if you just buy it new, like all the editions they probably have in stock are like the new thing. You get like extra credits and like a little bit extra gear, and you get an extra like society clubhouse or something, because you can set up your own like single player clubhouse and set up your own like tournaments or something. I've only dabbled with it a little bit. Roll back. That works. Alright, we gotta get some birdies or some eagles. Alright, this fucking one. Alright, so here's 72 yards down 28 feet. That is, technically that's like 63 yards. Let's see if I got any pitch. Yeah, 55 pitch. Looks like if I land short to the right, it might hit that hill and roll down. Try that. Roll. Alright.
For the bird.
Alright, this looks pretty flat and makeable. 15 feet. Yeah, yeah. So that's like the extra stuff is like not essential or anything. Like it was just. Yeah. I didn't know like how much I'd be playing it either. I like bought it with the intention of like, yeah, I'll probably play it every once in a while, but like the shit's kind of hooked me. If I knew like I liked it as much as I did, I'd probably play it digital. I'd probably get it digital. That's what I do with most of the games that I play like a whole lot, just so I don't have to get up and pop the disc in and out. But it's all good. All right, so I need to go 15 feet. I like this. Oh, it didn't break. That's right. They had that other one that was going back the other way. Take my par.
At 2 over for the round. Okay, nice clean swing and drop us on the green.
Alright, so this looks like pretty good distance. Compensate. Actually, I'm gonna try the old compensate against the wind with the draw. Gonna do 2 taps over on the draw, and then I'll aim out a little bit. Practice swing. Oh, it's coming way short. Oh shit. I noticed like it doesn't like do like you see where like my lie is right now. It's like ridiculous, but like usually like it doesn't clip through like these rocks. Like this is like actually like shootable, or I've had some disasters like this before. So let's see how bad this shit is. If it hits the rock and bounces back, I'll be impressed with the physics. No, it did some weird shit, but it probably should have been worse. I'll take that, all things considered.
Looks like about 18 feet from here.
Alright. Alright, 20. Alright, let's bury this shit for a nice par save. Alright, it's not moving much, but it is long distance, so it's gonna take a while to get there. Go back 20 feet. Get the fuck in. Let's go.
Pot, and that is for par. Okay, so that'll keep you at 2 over for the round. Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
That's just like a visual thing. You can customize your clubs and like change the color of the grip, the shaft, and I think the head or something. But it gives you like a gold color, like if you're into that. But it's got pretty like cool customization stuff for like your guy. It doesn't get like as outlandish as like everybody's golf does, where you can make like monsters and shit. That has its own charm. You get yeah, it's like pretty much just all junk. Other than like the money they give you to get started, which you can like buy some gear.
And this looks like around 235 to the pin.
So let's see, this one got to stay away from the water. But we're gonna try to draw this down here like a boss and run it onto the green.
This one's looking good.
Oh, that worked out better than I thought it would. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Alright, that's about 10 feet.
Okay, that was fancy. If you can find a way to sink this next putt, you can really take some strokes off your score.
Damn, 5 inches downhill. This shit's gonna move fast. And then you can like, there's like a button where you can put the flag in if you have trouble seeing the hole. So I did that here. So let's see, I think it automatically takes the flag out for these two. Alright, so that shit is moving real slow, but it's gonna fucking move because it's way downhill. Best come back at the end. We're gonna go with that. I'll try to go 5 inches. Short swing. Whew.
Great putt in there for Eagle. Okay,
Eagle.
that takes you down to even par. Nice.
Get money. I pull shit out of my ass.
On this par
yes.
go ahead and drop this one into the fairway and take it from there.
And now it's just gotta get good. So I can bail out this round if you want and like just show you around some of the other stuff. Actually, we'll see. If I quit, I can probably it'll save anyway. So, yeah, the training, they have like, you know, pretty decent tutorial stuff in here, kind of giving you the basics, and then drive range, short game, and putting, where they just throw you at like random distances to kind of practice that. So I spent like a little bit of time in there because some of the short game stuff, especially the chipping, is like ridiculous. Like it's just like impossible to chip in this game. So it's just chipping is like your all around like let's play around with my short stuff and see how it works. But other than that, I just played some courses, and then like society thing is like kind of the motivation, just like measuring up to other people, and then you know going on gaff and talking about it and shit. So yeah, they put you in like different situations here. So 40 yards, up a foot, try the 40-yard flat. I think this one, yeah, they actually give you the trajectories too, which is nice, so you can kind of like gauge things. And you know, like that was awful. So once you get close, like I don't think they have you putt, they just put you in a different situation here. So, but it's like you can just test out stuff. So yeah, there's not much to the game, but just all the different courses and shit are cool. And the fact that you can go look, they have like recreations of like all like the PGA Tour stuff, but they had to like rename them to different things so that, you know, they don't break copyright. So it's like when you go in here, you can play their official things. This is the ones that they created. So stat 8, and there's like another page. So 16, and I think there's 4 more. So stat 20 official courses. Or you can go look at like courses that everybody's playing. It's like there's a couple of different ones. Most of the time, like stuff comes up with the official courses, but here's different ones like Kahlua Beach. You have to like, there's like different, I think like Twitter handles or websites. Someone called out some place that has like the names of the actual courses you can search for, like the official ones. Like I saw like the Augusta one was in here. But there's just like infinite courses, just goes on forever, and you can sort by different things like handicap. Yeah, it's like the usually it's the in the upper right corner in the white, there's like a number out of something, and like usually the lower that number is, the easier the course. Like there's one of the regular courses is like baby easy. So I think it's like the desert one. It's like I shot like this one here. It's like a 66 rated handicap. I've shot like 20 under on it or something, like some ridiculous number after one round. But the rest of them, yeah, it's like a little. Some of that stuff is not quite. I don't know if it like pulls numbers from online or if whatever, but it seems like some of these were like way harder than the number or way easier. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it needs to have like a certain amount of times before like it gets handicap rated or something. So some of the new ones don't have that, and then you have in the middle it's like I think the first thing is like medium slow, I think that's the greens, and then firm is like the fairways, and I don't know what the other one is as far as easy. I don't know if they're talking about like the pins, but I don't think I couldn't find like a tutorial that kind of tells you how to read some of that, but I guess, okay, so that one's only, that's so low because it's only, it looks like it's only a 9-hole course instead of 18, the Blue Ridge one. I was wondering why it had like a 34 for a handicap. That's a good question. I don't know. It's time, yeah, I don't know if, I don't think the game's been out that long, unless they had some kind of beta. Yeah, I don't know what the time is. Click on it. Yeah, so 19 weeks. Yeah, it looks like, yeah. So that's probably good for like, you know, creative courses or whatever. I imagine these, yeah, they were all probably created at the same time, so it doesn't matter. I think they have suggested to find some stuff. There. I have not, nah, like, I figured, like, I don't think I could come up with anything that would be better than what all the thousands of ones out here are, but I probably would never really mess with that, just play everybody else's. But if I was, you know, more into the sport, maybe I would play around with it, but it's got to be pretty robust from the stuff that people create. So I've seen some pretty cool things from the courses that we played in the society. Like that last one, there's some pretty like majestic waterfall holes on there, and some real crazy changes in elevation. I didn't even get to some of the crazy holes. Like I think this is a pretty cool one. That's like a jungle setting, and I'll show you like the, yeah, but cool for, you know, other people that can kind of make courses and keep the game alive. This thing probably has legs forever. I mean, I think it improved on some of the gameplay stuff that was like, because I actually had the first one, but I only played it like once. I got it on some sale one day just because it was like dirt cheap. But they said the first one had some flaws to the gameplay that this kind of cleaned up. So yeah, so, you know, like different, you know, this cool like setting that you wouldn't see normally. Some jungle shit. So all in all, it's a pretty cool game. Oh, it's that blue thing. That's new. Why does it have my name next to the ball? No doubt. Yeah, so let me know, and well, I guess I'll play some or whatever, or if you need tips or whatever, hit me up. Nice. Sounds like a plan.